Let's talk about former President Trump's words about Governor Ron DeSantis. He spoke about him in our exclusive NewsNation interview. Take a listen.
Nobody thought he could beat after I got him the nomination. He didn't get it, I got it, because the minute I made that endorsement, he got it. He won. And I thought that he could have been more gracious, but that's up to him.
A lot of talk about Governor Ron DeSantis not being grateful enough for the president's or former president's help in getting him to elected office. What do you make of the conversation that President Trump had with us and also the growing rift between the two of them?
Well, I was helping to run Ron DeSantis' campaign in 2018 when we could have had a campaign meeting in an elevator and still had room for social distancing. And I could tell you decidedly that Donald Trump is right, that absent Donald Trump support, Ron DeSantis would not have won the primary. If Donald Trump had not done 3 rallies in Florida in the week before the general election, Ron DeSantis wouldn't have won the general election back then. It was a very close race. And so I hope that the two of them are on the same team. I'm a big fan of both men, but there's a special energy that President Trump brings to politics. I expect he'll announce for president in the coming days, and I look forward to standing with him and supporting him in that endeavor. It certainly doesn't take anything away from the great work Ron DeSantis has done here in Florida. We're very excited to have him as our governor for the next 4 years. If you don't mind me saying so, we're a little selfish. We don't particularly want to share Ron quite yet. We think we'd like to squeeze every little bit out of his governorship here in the Sunshine State. And, you know, I think he'll be president one day. I'm not sure it'll be 2024. I think that President Trump's on the path to return, and I think you're going to see Republicans from around the country support him.
So I guess you kind of answered the question already, but who would you pick if it was 2024 and Governor DeSantis does decide to run for president, and as well, so does, of course, former President Trump? Who would get your vote for the nomination?
I think very highly of both men. I served as Ron DeSantis's transition chairman when he was elected governor of Florida, and I'm very proud of the work that we did together. But I'm a Trump Republican through and through. I'll be with President Trump, and it's actually my hope and, frankly, my expectation that Ron DeSantis might be as well at the end of the day. He's a young man. He's got a young family. We've got a great state that's implementing a lot of the different policies that he's put into place. I think Ron actually wants to be here in Florida a little longer to see the full implementation of an agenda that he's worked so hard with the legislature to get into law. So I don't like when mom and dad fight. I don't want Ron and President Trump to run against each other, but if they do, I'll be with President Trump.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.